is Halmstad. Just passing Halmstad 1. So it's down here somewhere on the left. Beautiful morning to start. Here we are, Halmstad. Right, this is it, so it must be up here on the left somewhere. Right, okay, so map says it's up here on the left.
Just might get some sleep tonight. Running in Mr. Sanden, baby, took a pool of birds. Spent the night a scraping with 1,000 cheers.
The side. Oh, there we are. Sanden Guitars, 50 metres.
Just might get some sleep tonight. Riding out the trussel where what we had. Grip the neck and laid on his hands. One touch, perfect, that's right. Set out waiting, take my time. Friend of mine, send a friend of mine. Valley of Burma, send it before daylight. Just might get some sleep tonight.
Oh, there we are, there it is. Sanden Guitars. Oh, that's good timing.
If he catches it, the cable walk, he's in the mail. Got legs and some will stand up, roots and walk and move.
You can see on the end of that barn there's a guitar-shaped bird's house.
Just might get some sleep, just might get some sleep, just might get some sleep.
Pencil here. This is planer. Pencil. This is the big flat sander. This micrometer here is what you put it in to get the thickness. So these are our workbenches. And in here is the lacquering booth and the side bending machine. On the wall there, that's a bracing on a Martin. Body moulds for different guitars. Michael's own line. There's the Gibson L00 up there. 00018 down here. See the various jigs, the headstocks up here, various neck jigs.
Nurse, scalpel nurse.
The sight of sawdust.
Worst class ever. They were insulting me all the time.
You're not having fun.
What oil is this?
I'm not going to tell you. It's my
secret recipe. You keep the recipe in the safe, right?
Sweat from
encrypted.
yesterday. Sweat comes at night. Something in the lack of crazy students. They didn't want to leave. So they put milk in my
lacquer. Yeah, that's because we wanted to sort of stay for another day or two.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't get it in my eyes, so I'm pretty happy.
What does this mean? I made two together with the wolves. What happens when you touch it? Right. It's electricity. So now you're taking this down. Yeah. Actually, I think about when I do something.
Yeah.
And I do it once.
Yeah.
And I don't do it anymore, and they will find those guitars in 200 years, and,
Yeah.
and they start to analyze why I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was because my wife came in and said blah blah blah.
Yeah. When I was down there, I mentioned to Michael this book. It's called The Flights of the Mind, and it's a biography of Leonardo da Vinci by Charles Nicholl. And on that point that Michael was making there, called the cooling of the soup. In the Department of Manuscripts at the British Library is a sheet of geometrical notes by Leonardo da Vinci. It is one of his last pieces of writing. It probably dates from 1518, the year before he died. The paper is a dingy grey, but the ink remains clear. There are some diagrams, and beside them a neatly blocked text written in his habitual right-to-left mirror script. It is not, on the face of it, one of Leonardo's most exciting manuscripts, unless you happen to be an aficionado of Renaissance geometry. But it really pays attention. It has a little twist in its tail. 3/4 of the way down the page, the text breaks off with an abrupt etc. The last line looks like part of the theorem. The handwriting was hardly wavered at all. But what it actually says is "Perche le ministre si fredda." He has left off writing because the soup is getting cold. This is my sides, which I've cut out the side and then planed this so that's perfectly flat on the planing machine. And this is a reinforcement strip for the inside of the guitar on the back. These blue holes here, there are 2 on the top as well and 1 in the middle. We're about to route out for the rosette on the soundboard, and this is the back of the guitar. Just routed the rosette there with that router. There's the rosette around the sound hole. The rope effect is made by a luthier called Gurion, and Gurion made the guitar that inspired Michael to become a luthier in the first place, and is now making this. This is Michael's own design. So we did the welting, glue, and then thumbs to get it down quite quickly. And so that now has to dry and then we'll sand it. It's the clamped reinforcement and the joint on the back. So Lasse and Michael are just doing Lasse's as well. Right, this is my sides in the bath. They've got to soak in here, and then we put them in the mould machine. This has been planed down to 2.7mm thick. Lars's is 3.6, much deeper, a much higher note. The rosette's been sanded down level as well, so now I'm just going to put it away. Right, this is the side bending machine of Michael's own design, and basically a current passes through 2 resistant electric plates and they warm up to 100 degrees, and then the wet sides go in there and are clamped onto the mould, a Martin 00018 shape. And so we're going to do that now in a minute. We've got to turn it on and plug it in, get it up to temperature and clamp the sides in, so I'll do that in a minute.
And then you take the cables on the outside like this, and straighten up the plates. Just lift it up, so this one gets straight, so I can get this in here. Yeah. So, alright, that's it. That sort of electric ionisation smell. Yeah. Yeah. Hair starts to go straight out from the head. Okay. Then put it down. Yeah. Lift down. Do these have to go further down? Yeah. Okay. So if you go see, so they are a little bit too long. You saw when Lars cut his sides off, they were quite 4 or 5 centimeters too long. Just make sure that they go past this edge here. this mean? I made two together with the wolves.
Oh,
It was a Kevin Costner.
okay. Well, the dances with wolves.
Yeah, this is just two with the wolf.
Right. Okay.
That's what happens when you touch it.
Right.
It's electricity. So now you're taking this down.
Yeah.
So to stand there and just nice and easy.
Old screws. Sanden Inquisition.
This on 25 minutes.
25 minutes. Making the X bracing and the top bracing. Got two jigs there and a line on them so that you know which end is which. This is the bracing here, that's the lines.
Så vi bara vrider ut den där.
So just
Trycka på den röda knappen.
So I make sure that we're in the holes, and I put this fits between those, and hold it down like this, and I make a line as close as possible. Then I take this Japanese saw, and I make a cut inside the line, so I see the line, okay?
Yeah.
And I lift it up because there is a little knife on the top of it, so I don't cut into the back and make some nasty marks. Inside the line, I take this little chisel and I pry this out like this, and I clean it out.
Yeah.
So just try not to make too much mark in the back. And then if I can't get it out, I just scrape it like this. Okay, and then you do that with all of them. So make sure that they are in the...
Yeah. Push it down into the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Place it. There you go. Like this. And then you get like a...
Jag har slagit in. Vad var det? Ja, de är. Jag har hört att de är liksom lite som små lilla blommor. Ja, inte som är så mycket små. Det är ganska små.
Ja, ser man en ljud eller vad?
Ja, okay.
You have to make a label for the guitar.
Vad sa du?
You have to make a label for the guitar. It's very important actually.
Okay, why?
Because if this is probably going to be, maybe this is going to be the only guitar you make.
Yes.
And if there is no marking, and then it will be hard to see who done it. And,
Unless you have an abalone signature in it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but they will find the guitar, and then you don't know who made it.
Okay.
And it's always worth more money if you know who made it. It doesn't matter if you're famous or not. I have a guitar on the toilet there, which is an old one. Had in the family since 1860.
Way of it.
And it's more like very unusual guitar with herringbone and everything. And it has a free hanging fretboard and fender head.
Free hanging. And this is kind of way there.
Yeah, it doesn't touch it, so you lose the whole neck with this screw.
It's from 1850.
Yeah, something like that. We've had it since 1865.
In the family. Have you ever played it?
Yes,
Huh?
my brother had it.
So I read an article about headstocks the other day, and it was a picture of a headstock like that in the article.
So they weren't that unusual, but if there would have been a label in this one, it most certainly would. I wrote to Martin about it because Martin came from
Somewhere in Europe.
yeah.
Is it Martin?
No. The first part, where he learned to build before he moved to the States, he went to a guy called Stauffer. Okay. Stauffer made guitars like this. And the measurements are exactly the same. And the headstock and the plate here, and the inlays. But the only thing that differs from this one is this paint. And that one is original, it's under the black. And there is no label. And because there is no label, it's probably worth about 3,000-4,000 Swedish kronor. But with the label, it would have been worth about 250,000 Swedish kronor. That's the reason why you have to put the label.
What kind of wood is this?
This is spruce. It's spruce on Alps, yes. And this is one-piece maple back. It has all the features. This cone shape here, it's the mark of him and that screw. And this free hanging fretboard and the headstock, of course. Yeah, the measurements. I saw a copy of the stuff in the States when I was there on the convention. And there is a guy in England called Southwell who is very famous for building replicas of old guitars. And he brought up on the stage a Stauffer guitar that he made. Exactly a copy of it. It was exactly like this guitar.
This metal thing back here.
Yeah, it's brass.
Yeah, brass, but that's only for the looks.
No, it's to cover the machine.
Machine?
Okay. So, because this belongs to the machine. You see, this is a. So therefore, that's why it's very important to have labels in the instrument. If you find these guitars in an attic like 100 years from now, that's the X-rated. They are, if you're lucky, they are same fitting. Sometimes I think about when I do something.
Yeah.
And I do it once.
Yeah.
And I don't do it anymore, and they would find those guitars in 200 years, and they start to analyze why I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was because my wife came in and said blah blah blah. There's nothing to do with guitar building at all. But sometimes it's a good story, like the one I think I told you about the Gibsons with the J45s and LG2s that were made during the war.
Yeah, that's right. You told me about that.
You have an LG.
I've got an LG2, it's a 1949.
So there is no Gibson is good enough on the headset.
No, it's got the banner Gibson.
Just the Gibson.
The Gibson, yeah.
Because all the one that has only Gibson is good enough was made during the war.
Right.
And it was women who made them.
That's why they're better.
Yeah, that's actually why they are priced higher. Because they sound better than the other ones. And it's fun that Gibson denied that they were not making any guitars during the war. And they found out they built 15,000. What you're going to do now is that you're going to put glue on these braces, and I have to help you. So the tight bond.
Here's the tight bond.
Do you have one more bottle, or is it just one up here?
One more.
Bottle of tight bond. Is there just one?
I think we only have one on the go, isn't there?
There's just one. Yes, I'll show you the amount. Put glue on, like this much, and I spread it out like this, and then I put it in. And you need to work on a certain speed here because the glue is drying immediately. So you just continue with this now and put glue on the next bracing. Do you have that actually?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay, and then we start that up.
Oh wow, remote control as well. It's like
The disc we cut out from has the same radius as that. Now you
look at that.
Yeah, now
That's
you
great,
see this is
That's
just
how
how
you
you
pull
put
it
it
off.
Yeah. So now you can see, that you are actually in between those, and it's really sucks
So
it down.
it pulls the wood up, right?
No, down.
Down.
Presses
Okay.
it down towards the disc.
Okay.
There's
So
a
now we
surgical rubber
routed.
gasket in there, and the vacuum is pulling it
We
into
routed
the
bracing.
curve.
You get the curve on the bracing
Yeah, yeah.
that has the same
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
Here's a disc that has the same curve. So
just cleaned the glue joints on that, and then we've got to set it back in and clamp it again for another 10 minutes to let the glue dry, and that's the bracing on the back. Sand it down to the lines. And when you do that, it's back to where I told you from the beginning this morning about holding. Yeah. Like if you go in with this edge first, it's going to go like this. Yeah. And then you try to get it straight, so you don't do like this, because then you get the right back. Okay, so that's down to line then. And now taking it like this one.
Faktiskt ett glas, men här finns bubbelvatten. Det kan ta ett glas. Jag väntar på reaktionerna.
Viva!
and sand. So don't take more than this.
Are these?
Yeah, they are the right sizes in that bin. I take these away. So don't use more than this, and you sand this off, and all the marks and on the side. Right. Agreement. So they have about, I think it's like.
Just going to sand this down now. Per Michael's instructions. Most the glue is off anyway.
Braces, alltså som förstärker gitarren.
Nej, då ska vi kapa de här.
Ja, precis. Och så ska den här kapa för att gitarren ska ha en liten vägning på toppen. Så tar man på den här och sen så tar man in den här i bakgrunden.
Samma här.
Maskinen limmar dem och så
I think it's my old, it's the...
I det här. Så blir det lite...
Är det en sån du vill?
Är det sån vi bygger precis?
Nej, inte den formen.
Nej, det är det.
Up.
Okay.
So we get the highest point of the X bracing just in front of the bracing. So it's going to be like this, and then this one, and the bent side down.
That's up, of course.
So you lie them here, so you see they go in as much here, and then you take this one here, and you measure it so it comes in between, and then you draw very as close as possible you can. And make marks like this. Now we're going to cut this out and do half in half. So.
Oh, so you don't glue them first?
No. Now they are going to go together half and half.
Half and half. Sorry.
Yeah. So you cut down to half the depth of it. So I'm going to show you. Try to chase me down. Yeah, inside the line. Inside the line. And then you just take these out. Like that. And you do the same with the other one. And then they're gonna fit like this. And if they don't, like if it's too tight, like I've done it now, you take the file and file it up just a little bit. So we get it as tight as possible.
Right.
Okay?
Okay. Here's the marking. Yeah.
Make sure that we have.
Vad gjorde du?
Det är bara att kolla så att de välda sidorna kommer ner.
Ja.
För det är så lätt att vända på de här. Det får vi göra nu.
Nästan.
So this is how I want it to look. Okay? And then
Checking that.
That's really thick one, that one.
yeah, that's one that goes to stabilize this area where the neck comes in. That's one of the problems with the Martin guitars. They have this, and then they have a, you see the thin grafts they have, yeah. And then they have just a very tiny block. So the guitar can very easily do this.
Okay.
So that's what happens when they have to do a neck reset. The guitar actually does this. So you need to take the neck back again. So on my guitars, this is how it's going to look like. This is going to come here, and this is going to be here. So this kind of locks everything in. So it's very stable up there. But the reason I'm just taking this line in here now is that we're going to have two of these coming here and here. So now you cut. This one I always have on the corner of this one, going up to this. So that's my measurement for that one. Same in this here. After that, cut this off here, and that goes on the end of that one. And the end of that one.
And this we cut up because they're too long.
Yeah,
there's no.
And then we're going to adjust them later on when before we put the topping. So this is just so we can glue them. So you cut that with a Japanese saw. And I lay this on now for you.
It's the same tuning, but
And this is the layout for the bracing and the bridge reinforcement and the neck block and the tail block on the top. So apparently now we're going to glue them. Get glue everywhere.
So now we're going to thin these out like airplane wings. So
all those.
all these here, yes. So here we need to have it stiff, yes, and then we need to thin everything out to the edges. So here we don't touch the height of the bracing, but I want them to have a shape that it's going to be like, and then it goes out to more or less nothing. It's
More or less.
It's very hard to write. So this is how I want it to look.
Okay.
All these, this and this is the same. So we just round them off in here, and then it's gonna.
When you start, okay, but
about something like this. I will make one so you can see how it looks. So you just hold it like this, and then you get a good grip on it, because if you don't have a good grip, it's going to go right in there and you're going to have to feel it. Okay. That looks like an airplane. Yeah. So that's how I want it to look. So I will make a small one too.
but his is bigger than mine.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you do that with all of them.
Last one.
Steady one, please. take the other, this one, 15 minutes. Okay. So now,
Right, this one's to hold the bridge reinforcement bridge plate in place.
so I'm going to sleep.
Can I bring her home? Have I driven her away? She's gone.
The other end as well, Mike?
Yeah, all of the tapes going to go. The dishwasher broke down.
Ja.
Såg jag.
Hade han med? Nej, inte det.
Liksom, tror det.
Fy fan.
Ja, jag har fått ett nummer och allting på det.
Alla uppgifterna, då ringer jag dig med det.
Ja.
Så kan du prata med dem som jobbar inne.
Ja, för jag har inte bokat en express.
Just trim these back to where the neck block
Jag har ju
and the
bokat
tail block is going. Or the neck
Ja,
block.
men det skickar jag på flyg. Så det är mer bara liksom så att det är för det så är det till att speciellt. Det är inte märkligt för när jag
Right,
skickar
next up, cleaning the glue away.
då kommer det ju till
Sorry?
I'm just talking to the
Vi
camera.
ska lämna och hämta ibland. Då kan vi...
You see, it's you take another she's kan du ta den där?
Ja.
Because now you see how how rubbery it is now.
Yeah.
That's why it's drying quite fast.
The lines at the top. Put on the wrong side.
As long as you put them on the right, the glue on the right side.
Yeah.
Jag gör en sån också. Vad sa du?
It doesn't move anywhere, so you just put it in there and then break it over and then the grinder will do the rest.
Då ska den här vara en välda det. Så att det är innan här. Det är bara livet som håller ihop allt här.
Ja, lite starkare än något annat.
Är det?
Ja.
Jag känner att jag vill ha en skruv någonstans.
Ja, det är två. I gitarren är det 2 skruvar och en spik.
Är det?
Totalt sett, ja. Vi skruvar fast halsen och sen så använder vi små spik till att alltså markstift när vi ska limma greppar. 15, ja. Nej, fel sida. The air, they can blow them off.
Oh, right, okay. And then do I sand the other side then?
Yeah, now we're gonna... No, not now.
Not now,
No.
yeah.
So you clean up this area. I got these big boards. Det är de bara så. Så, 15 minuter till där.
15 minuter till där, ja.
Och du fortsätter med tagtejpen. Now we're making a new
outside shape for this, so we can glue in the blocks. So then I don't have to have 15 of these.
Okay, yeah.
So I can just adjust it for the. So you do the same on the other side then. When I'm finished here, you see this one here. You line it up with the middle line, and then you have to do this first. There. So it's not that. It's going to adjust to the shape anyway, but
Right.
it's just actually these corners we need to. So you do that.
On the other side,
That's
yeah.
in there.
Det här med att de sågar på mottaget. Är det
No, hopefully these will fit in here. No, not really. So this is, we need to take a little bit off on each side of this one. See how this one is okay. So it's those two down here.
Right, like millimetres.
Yeah, on each side.
Sanding or
No, just cut it off with the
Japanese saw.
yeah. So it's this down here.
Yeah.
Okay. Nu ska vi ha slipning Lindberg. Det som ska gå på lågstick. So now it goes in. And this one is... Listen, you see this one is just light leaning on that. So you need to take a little bit more up of that. So just...
Alla gitarrer som eleverna bygger, de blir bra till slut.
Ja, det gör Okay. So 15 minutes, then when the clock rings we take it out, scrape out the glue, excess, and then another 10 minutes and then it's okay.
Okay. 10 minutes resting or
No,
in the thing
with
again.
back, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you
Easy
got this
fit
to
now.
fit? Or you didn't try it out?
Well, I didn't try. I think I know.
That's good. Okay. One here, one there.
Yeah.
So.
Nice. So when I do this, I start here,
Yeah.
and I just tighten it just a little bit. And then I make sure that everything is down before I tighten it home. Okay?
Right, okay.
And then if there comes out glue here, I'm just going to scrape that off. Same thing here. You put glue on and tighten it just a little bit. And make sure that everything is really down and then you tighten it. Okay?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So shall I glue them now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh damn, you idiot. Glue the block instead of the...
Okay.
Oh dear, what a woolly. That was some of the best gluing, that was. I just glued the wrong block. Novel.
That's a new one, I tell you. Nobody has done that before.
Concentrating too hard.
Och sen förut fanns det nästan inga mässor på hösten eller så. Nu har det nästan blivit tvärtom, så nu är det ju... Nu åker jag till London i september.
left in stride. He was tired of being and he wasn't into selling gold. And he worked like the devil to be more.
Battery's almost flat on this camera, so it's probably the last bit of footage today. That's the clamp reinforcement, the neck block, the heel block, and I've got a minute to go before I take out the top with all the bracing on it.